Hi, Kyle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I feel kind of ashamed to report. Well, not yeah, no, ashamed to report that I am starting to get into that Metaphor-y Fantasio game.
The one you were so down on, you're now like, maybe it's not so bad.
I think it's the most accessible and palatable of these games in a way which, God, maybe it was like a Second Wind thing or a Yahtzee. I don't know. Talking about how, oh no, I think it was this other YouTube channel I follow, Thor High Heels, was talking about how like, oh, Dark Souls 3 is great and Elden Ring is incredible, but these games are never going to be as weird or as interesting as they were. Like they're only going to get more and more polished, but like there's nothing that's ever going to be like Dark Souls again. It just can't happen. And I feel like that is what's happened to me with the Shin Megami Tensei games. Is like they've gone from such like a weird little oddity that I don't know, just was lying below the surface. And now this game is good, but it's just like this isn't the same anymore, is it? This is we've ironed out all the kinks, and there's no weird gristle left to chew on and think about. So that's been going all right.
So basically it's super streamlined.
I mean, yeah, kinda. I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm not. I swear this isn't. I was going to talk about the whole time, but like, it's like with so many fantasy games, this one is no exception. It's about exploring and adventure, and going on quests and help, all that stuff. And it's not like that isn't the case here, but it's like so minimal because you're on the same calendar structure. And so it's like, do you want to spend a day going to this cave where a bad monster is, and you go and you do that dungeon and you come back and that's your day? And I'm like, well, that was cool, but I don't really feel like I explored or found anything. I kind of feel like I just went to the place to kill the things and did it. And so it's like the battle system is still fun, but yeah, it is like a little too streamlined, I think. So, like, for better or worse, I'm not gonna miss the trophy about not going to the anime girl cafe enough time, the maid cafe enough times. Is it better that this game doesn't have a maid cafe in it? Probably. But is that the kind of weird shit where you're like, why is that in there? I don't know. That I kind of miss? Also, yeah. That said, I think part of the reason I'm diving into this so much, Kyle, and oh man, we're gonna get back on track, and then we're gonna see how long we stay there. Is I live here in the frigid mountain west of Montana, and it's actually been getting cold lately. And just like every year I've lived here for my entire life, even though I know global warming is the thing that's going to destroy all of us probably faster than any other natural calamity, I still hate winter so much. And every year I'm like, it's not going to happen this year, is it? And it's getting less and less severe every year. But nonetheless, I hate it so much. But on the side of that is I'm currently nestled under some blankets, and believe it or not, like a filthy scavenger, I was very grateful to take home from a friend's Thanksgiving dinner all the leftover turkey bits in carcass. They wrapped it up all nice for me so I could bring it home and put it in the pot and make it my own turkey stock and soup, Kyle. I am here not... Well, I want to talk about soup generally, but first of all, hey, you ever feel like a proud of your scrounging abilities? You're like, hey, I'm a good bottom feeder. Hey, if times got tough, I'd know how to turn what's mostly a skeleton into a meal. And not just food-wise, but like, man, actually, maybe we should talk about this. Like, yeah, if the apocalypse times are on, like, what's that thing that's going to, like, get you your best, like, eating survival skill or scavenging survival skill?
Oh, I mean, if it's the actual apocalypse, I would probably be in a lot of trouble. But like I started to say, if by scavenging you mean shoplifting from grocery stores, I feel like I had a pretty serviceable talent of that in my 20s.
I feel like that absolutely counts. That's a little bit of sleight of hand, a little bit of subterfuge. Someone's there watching the checkout, so you could be like, hey, man, what's up? I know that you don't talk to a lot of people here, but we're really connecting on a human level right now. Swipe. Yeah. So, well, Kyle, now I'm torn between the soup and the apocalypse skills, but I feel like I got to stick with soup here because that's what it's really all about.
Noble listeners, for those of you just tuning in, Nick was like, I don't know, man. All I really want to talk about today is soup. Can we do a whole episode on soup? And I was like, let's try.
Well, I think, because here's the thing. There's other things I can talk about, but fuck it. I'm just like, I don't want to talk about video games. I want to talk about movies or books. I'm just like, why do I define myself? Why do we only talk about the media we consume, Kyle? In this consumer-heavy culture, maybe it's because, recording time, this is the Sunday after Thanksgiving, which means we just got through Black Friday, which fortunately doesn't actually seem like it leaves much of a cultural impact these days, but I can be mad about it anyway. I don't remember why I had that consumerist rant, because I'm just under my blankets thinking about how it's cold and I hate everything and I just want to lie around making soup all day. And so, yeah, I turned a carcass into some soup, and we're going to keep doing that. But Kyle, hey, you're in a hot climate. You're from a hot climate. Do you like soup? Some people aren't soup people. Kyle, are you a soup person?
I mean, not really.
Oh, fuck me. Kyle, tell me your soup feelings here. This is the worst of all possible scenarios, but it's the most interesting at the same time.
I mean, I don't hate soup.
Well, yeah, that's like, there's a lot of things I don't hate, but I don't want them in my mouth.
If you want, it's basically just hot flavored water with chunks in it. That's
holy shit.
That's not. There's nothing wrong with that.
Holy fucking shit! This is an opportunity for bridge building. I didn't realize. I thought it was going to be like, hey, how you feel about soup? And you're going to be like, average feelings like most soup. Because if you'd have loved it, I'd have probably known by now. We've known each other for so long that like it would have come up. But there also haven't been a lot of opportunities for me to see you reject soup or turn down soups, and this is a part of you I didn't know. And so now I'm much more on board. This is, you think you're just like, I got to unplug. But won't that be boring? Won't it just be like me just kind of twiddling my thumbs, getting back to basic surviving, talking about stuff like soup? And now I'm discovering a whole new aspect of you. Okay, so like, I'm still trying to like just process and let go of this intense like physical pain reaction I'm having to your description of soup. But hey, if you had to like pick a favorite, if there's a go-to, is there any soup you like, you anti-soup freak?
I mean, chicken noodle soup is good. Also, what's the one that has like
I'm stressed out.
Well, I don't. There's this. It's one of like the default soups that they give you at like Olive Garden. It has like.
Is it a fazool?
No, it's the one that has like little potato chunks in it.
Oh my god, Kyle! Has little potato chunks in it. I'm still I had a. Is it their Tuscan whatever? That their signature like potato sausage Tuscan whatever like.
Oh, chicken and gnocchi.
Chicken and gnocchi. That's Jesus Christ. I mean, that sounds great, but that's I've never heard of this. That sounds like an OG. But
well,
I mean,
they serve it at Olive Garden. It's I'm looking up the menu here. It's a creamy soup with roasted chicken, Italian dumplings, and spinach.
I mean, again,
I guess I'm the real soup master here. I'm coming in teaching you things about soup that you didn't know.
Yeah, you're teaching me that your number 2 default go-to soup is something you can only get at Olive Garden. There's like this gap in my knowledge about you, and now I feel like my brain is just bashing against the walls, having so much extra room to move around. Okay, so you love the gnocchi and whatever. I have to go the extreme opposite. If there's a soup that you're like, fucking why? Who would? Where's he? What stands out on that end of the spectrum?
I don't know anything
helps, I'll
with
say
like
right now,
black
gazpacho.
olives in it. I don't know what gazpacho is.
Oh, it's like it's a cold soup. It's basically a salsa. I don't know. It's like it's supposed to be like a fresh spring vegetable refreshing thing, but no, it's like it's a joke. Okay, yeah, so no soup with black olives in it, which I can imagine maybe at most some sort of weird, misguided southwestern soup. Can you name a soup that has black olives in it that you've been trying to avoid?
No, that just doesn't sound like it would be very good.
Well, yeah, you know what? I bet a soup with, like, bugs in it, live bugs, isn't good. I'm going to avoid that, but I can't think of one that has them. Oh, wow. I feel like, okay, so we're going to get to... So here's the thing, all right?
I can feel your brain melting.
There's so many goddamn soups, Kyle. And now I'm trying to figure out where we are, like what the acceptable soup spectrum for you is, because we're going to favorites, and you're like, I guess chicken noodle, which is like, I mean, fine. I mean, yeah, that's like, I don't know, the eating white paper of foods, and that it's just that common and that delicious compared to every other one of it. I could get chicken noodle, I guess. And then your second is specifically like, okay, this is, how do you feel about a creamy tomato? No chunks in this one, not a fun chunky one, just like a smooth, creamy tomato soup.
I mean, if you want something with a lot of tomato, why not just have pasta? I guess that's my thing.
Because that's spaghetti, Kyle. Kyle, that's not a soup, right? And I'm not asking if you wanted tomatoes. You want something that has a lot of tomato in it. You can eat a tomato, Kyle.
I'm not sure whether to
question.
I'm not sure whether to become, even though I have no strong feelings about this, I'm not sure whether to play into the adversarialness, but I guess I'm gonna
into anything. I asked you how you feel about tomato soup, and you're like, why wouldn't you eat spaghetti? And that says everything.
Or drink tomato juice. I guess that's my question.
Because it was a soup question. It was like, why? I don't know. Why not go for a jog? It's like...
Soup just occupies this weird place where it's not quite light enough to be a beverage and not quite solid enough to feel like a real meal, that I don't understand as a category. I guess you're right. I guess I have stronger feelings about soup than I thought. I don't like soup.
All right. Well, I mean, how would you not know what to do with a side salad? You're like, this isn't a meal. It's not enough. I know I'm not supposed to not eat it. I don't know.
At least it has texture. When you're eating a side salad, it crunches, right? And you can feel the little bits. Soup is just it's literally mush. And I'm not saying it's not tasty mush.
So this is nuts. Now you're going from soup having stuff in it to just being mush. This is okay. This is my mission now. Is because your prejudice against soup is extreme and unreasonable, and I love it.
I acknowledge that. That's entirely possible.
Because when I'm asking you about tomato soup, what I didn't expect is for you to say, ask me about something else. But what I was trying to get to is where, if anywhere, is the acceptable soup point? And now tomato...
And I said chicken noodle.
No, I asked you soups you like, and that was the first one. And I'm trying to find...
Maybe that's the only one.
Oh, Kyle... Because I think about the tomato, and that's obviously a no-go. And if you were to say that one's basically mush, that's fair, that's accurate. Especially when I say there's no chunks in it, because I don't even I don't really want a bisque. I can have it, but what's that? Just it's like a bowl of cream that kind of tastes like something. I'm telling you, I don't love all soups equally, Kyle. And so a plain tomato creamy to me doesn't really appeal either. I like a chunky soup. All right, I like noodles in my soups. I like concentrated. But when the Campbell's Hardee's soups came out, that changed my life. That's why I named them specifically. They were like, did you know soup can have textures in it? And I'm not saying you should try this if you're not into it, but that changed my life, Kyle. So soups can have textures. They don't have to be creamy tomato. Now the chicken noodle. Okay, what if we had? I imagine. are we ruling out all kinds of creamy broths here? Like if you had a clam chowder, how does that react to your was your brain feel?
I've never had clam chowder in my life because it's never looked remotely appetizing to me.
Now, Kyle,
Yeah.
here's the thing. This is why we're going through this, is I'm really excited about this. When you say it doesn't look remotely appetizing, that's factually correct. You know? That's just a reality. I'm not saying you're supposed to like it. I'm not saying you should even try it. But that is, I think, to anyone looking at it, no. It's gray to white at best. And all the things in it, your potatoes and your clams, are themselves gray to white at best. That is an unappealing looking soup. This also makes me think of, I was also like, oh, what if we talked about, because I wanted to have this cozy thing, we could talk about favorite Thanksgiving foods or whatever. Because I feel like as much as I love green bean casserole, that is another thing that it looks objectively disgusting. That's something that, if no one's ever had it and they don't already love it, is a hard sell. All right, so we're getting rid of any... Let's just get rid of any gray soups. That includes your creams of mushrooms, of chickens. I think all your bisques, most of your chowders, except for maybe a Southwest chowder, which could be a bright red, but it's still cream. You're not fucking fooling me, Southwest. Gazpacho is out. Minestrone. You have a minestrone.
What? I feel like I've tried minestrone. I don't know what makes minestrone. What is in it?
Kyle, you know what? I only very recently learned what is minestrone. And I think it's actually minestrone, but I'm going to keep saying minestrone. I'm also going to readjust because while I'm being responsible and trying to sit in an upright, decent posture, I'm also sitting cross-legged in a way that my leg is falling asleep. So, time to get loose on this cozy day. So minestrone, it turns out, is, I think it could be a chicken or beef-based broth. But it is almost always without any actual meat in it, and it is defined by its combination of vegetables. So you will commonly see, I said beef-based broth, but more like a tomato actually. And so you'll have like chunks of tomato and potato, maybe some green beans or some corn or something. Just a lot of cubed vegetables in a sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would try that.
Okay. But you've never had. Okay.
I feel like I have. I just don't remember being... I've never in my life once had a soup where I was like, this is so good. I want this again, like, later. Not even I want it, like, as soon as possible. Like, I want 3 because I realize that's a high bar, but just like, I definitely am glad I'm eating this and not something else instead right now.
Well,
like if I've eaten, that's what I'm saying. If I've eaten soup, it is out of necessity in a time and place where soup was the thing that was available to eat.
But Kyle, I don't want to be too rude, and so excuse me if this language is crass. You lying bitch. I am expanding my horizons because I was like, there's not a lot of soups I'd go out and my way for, except for maybe pho. Or a ramen. I know we have enjoyed ramen together. We have enjoyed our Korean sundubu together. These are soups also. Tell me what's really going on here.
If ramen is a soup, how is...
Yes.
In what...
It's stuff in a big bowl of broth.
I do love ramen. There you go. Finally, we have found something.
It is stuff and broth.
I feel like someone out there... you know more about food than me, so I'll take your word for it. But if someone were to break into your house and kill you and just leave a note that said, ramen is not soup, I would be like, well, I see why he did that.
Oh, yeah, because they're a psychopath. First of all, they broke in just to leave that weird note, and then you see that weird note, and you say, oh, that doesn't make any sense. It's ramen noodle soup.
No. In the metaphor, the note is pinned to your dead corpse. In case that makes it.
Oh, I am dead because of it. Well, yeah. That's not winning this guy reasonableness points, Kyle. I'm not like, oh well, I guess if I died in the situation, maybe he did have a point. No, ramen is a soup through and through. No way around it. You can tell me pho's not a soup? That's a bunch of noodles and beef and broth, my friend.
Yeah, I've also never had pho that I was just over the moon about. That I
Oh,
recognize.
but we're not talking about whether you've had. We're talking about what's a soup here. Now we're getting to our Korean thing with something that I don't think I even had until I went to LA. Our tofu house Korean soups. Are they also excluded from the cornucopia?
Now that you mention it, I did have. Where was that place we went that time? Actually, I think it was a place I invited you to. But there's a place in Little Japantown that serves. I guess it is. You're right. It's like a kimchi soup.
Yeah.
And kimchi spicy soup with rice, and I fucking love that. That was great. There we go. We have found the thing.
Okay, so
Asians, they know their soup. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, that's a huge thing. It was like I think it was. I don't remember what cooking show I was watching, but I'm pretty sure it was David Chang was host or guesting on it. But in any case, he was talking about the superiority of Asian soups, and specifically. Now, you've already said you like this one, so you and Chang might have to duke it out. But how he does not like American or, Western chicken noodle soup, specifically because he doesn't think it's delicious enough and he doesn't think the noodles soak up that delicious broth enough. And so his version is a more Asian style, I can't remember the spice difference, but definitely using not egg noodles, rice noodles instead to try to soak it up. So yeah, and here's the thing. When we started, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to wear my ignorance on my sleeve so I can expose it and watch it dry in the sun. When we started this, I was only thinking of Western soups, all right? That was pretty fucked up. And it took me a while to remember that, no, there are other soups I love that don't all, have some sort of equivalent of a can in the grocery store. So, like I said, this is worth probing. Except for gazpacho, which, if you ever try it, you can get back to me. But that's really stretching it. That's gazpacho. God damn it. Not something. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of any other fodder we can get out of this, because I feel like, we've got through.
Well, now, I mean, let's explore, because you have now raised several questions in my mind. So to start with, what makes you in the mood? You, Nick Hyde, not me, because the spotlight has been way too much on me. What makes you in the mood for soup? Like, what is it? I mean, obviously, it has something often to do with cold and wanting to be cozy. What is it about, like, you think the cold that activates, or like dreary weather that activates the need for soup? What is it about soup that like equates with comfort?
Well, I think first and foremost, this, is it a beverage? Is it a food style issue? Matters here in the cold Northwest. You want that hot liquid filling you up, heating you as it comes in. That's like, if cocoa were more nutritious, I'd just drink that all winter, But I know I got to get some of these other goddamn things in my guts, and so they may as well come in a, pretty well flavored hot liquid. But also, for at least the coziness idea, it's actually like way more of like a soup symbolism thing. It's because just like all of the ideas that come with soup, like, oh, is the oven on or the stove? Is there a big pot of burbling just emanating warmth and comfort? Like, I like making soup, and I like consuming it. I wouldn't be making if it weren't great to eat, but also, especially in the winter, it is just like a soothing presence. It's like, this is my little ritualistic thing I need to like know that I can, through nourishment, stave off this terrible heat. And when I get sick of it, I'll go have a burger or something, actually good food. But in the meantime, yeah, I can make this big, like right now, I got this big creamy turkey leftover soup, which again is because I just really wanted to make something out of a turkey carcass because I'm nasty. But just knowing that, like, oh, it's all there and it's coming together. And it's kind of going to do its thing on its own while I sit under a blanket on the couch. And I don't know, maybe after I watch half a movie or a TV show, it'll be ready. And then I get to have the second half of that movie with a hot piping bowl of soup in my lap. And I'm a little bit warmer than I would have been if I weren't making the soup. And things like that, Kyle. All of which does not fucking apply, like in LA or other mostly hot climates, I bet. So it's a long answer, but that's the main draw, is really the whole feeling of coziness emanating from every aspect of it.
Okay, so that's, I mean, first off, while I don't like, all of that sounds great, and I don't deny any of that. It's interesting that so much of it is about the qualia around the process of the soup, sort of the phenomenological experience of the soup, and not the taste of the soup itself.
Well, but there's so many soups that it would be crazy to try to say this one tastes any better than these others. Like, first of all, is chili a soup? Probably not. But I made chili recently, and I was like, this isn't at the top of my list. Am I glad I made this for all the same cozy reasons? Yes. But this wasn't my favorite. It was a journey. It was an experience. This turkey soup I'm making, same thing. Am I going to love it? No. But again, I'm trying a new different... And then there are the soups I love. Like that same kimchi, soup that we were just talking about. I make that at home now because I love it so much. That might be like my favorite soup. And then whenever I go out to a Korean place, I get it. And, it's a coin toss as to whether it's going to be great or my standards are too high and it's going to be a huge bummer. But so there are soups that I do crave also. But no, with the general overall love and vibe of soup, it is about the feel. And, again, going...
And I'm not, just to be clear, I'm not, like, challenged, because I feel that way about, like, obviously, I get, hot chocolate. It's not as nourishing, so I do think it's different. But if it's a cold, miserable day, or particularly if it's a snowy day, although we haven't had snow here in LA. But yeah, when I think about being someplace snowy, I think about being inside, looking at the snow, drinking hot chocolate. So I get that.
Yeah, and you know what? You can eat
and actually
stir fry
maybe
in the winter. It's not going to be less delicious, but it ain't going to be soup.
Maybe if it were, like you said, maybe if it were rainier and wetter and damper and more dreary here more often, I would be more of a soup guy.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. And Kyle, you can't blame the LA weather. You've had a lifetime of experiences to not love soup. And now we know you do love some soups, but we also know there's a lot you don't love, and all of that is okay.
I think what we've learned is that I have a very high bar for soup, that apparently only Asian cuisine has ever, and particularly Japanese cuisine, in my experience. Oh, no, you're right. The Korean hot pot has been pretty good, too. But
there's I'm someone, against the grain, doesn't really love pizza. And so if I eat pizza at all, I want it to be really great pizza. And even then, I'm still kind of like, I'd rather have tacos. And that's a thing that, I could get thrown out of places for having that attitude, but I'm not ashamed of it. You can have a high bar for soups and still be a beautiful and complete human being.
Yeah, so, I think I'm coming back around. God damn you, now I want that fucking kimchi soup, and it's not like I can just have that, not like I know how to make that or can have that. You have cursed me with a hunger that cannot be sated, Nick.
If you're going to have it any time, like what you've got is as little soup season as there could possibly be in LA. It's going to last for, a month or so. You gotta get souped up, baby. You gotta get hot Korean souped up, and you gotta have an intense lady crack an egg into it and scramble it and walk away. So if you've never been there before, you're like, why did that just happen? But if you have been there before, you're like, oh yeah, egg lady, you did it right. You didn't care about my feelings at all. And that part's fun too. Well, Kyle, I feel like as much as you can make soup from a stone, we've made an episode from soup. Do you have any final feelings about how you've gone from a non-soup guy to recognizing there's place for soups in all of our hearts?
No, this has been... Did we ever introduce this episode? I
Balls
can't remember.
deep into soup, baby.
Yes, this has been another balls deep episode with Nick and Kyle. Go get yourself some soup while it's still cold and nasty out.
Nasty.